What is going on, crypto fiends? Thank you as always for tuning into the channel. I'm Ryan Rotolo, and today we're going to be talking about a lot of negative stuff in the space, whether that's cryptocurrencies, the stock market, the virus. But I just want to give you guys my current viewpoint as to where we currently stand, what I personally think is going to be happening within the next week or so, and what my current position is in the investment world. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and stay tuned. All right, so before we dive into today's video, we do have to discuss that we are still giving away 4 hardware cryptocurrency wallets. All you have to do to enter in is leave a comment down below on this video and be subscribed, of course, and I will be picking the winner in the next video, and that's that. And lastly, today's video is brought to you by Bingbon, a crypto futures derivatives platform that also allows you to trade world indices, commodities, and even Forex markets as well. My personal favorite feature is the social trading feature. This actually allows you to follow profitable traders and even copy their trades if you wish to do so. Now, if you guys would like to learn more, I will have a link down below to sign up. And even when you sign up, you can get a 100 USDT bonus on your account. Now, keep in mind, derivatives trading can be very, very risky. So please, as always, manage your risk responsibly if you do consider using the platform. All right, so first I want to discuss what the heck is going on right now with this virus. Now, I'm sure you guys have been keeping up with it a lot, so I don't want to bore you too much, but I just want to give you a quick rundown with what's going on right now. Now, as you guys know, we've touched on the virus a couple times on the channel. The first time we talked about it was on March 8th. That was actually the day I told you guys I sold all of my cryptocurrency, and there was only about 150,000 cases at that time. Unfortunately, the cases have gone up drastically over the past couple weeks and are currently touching 1.6 million around the world. Unfortunately, the United States is getting hit very, very hefty with 465,000 cases out of that 1.6 million, and our runner-up is Spain with 153,000 cases. Definitely uneasy times, guys. It doesn't look like the curve is coming just yet. It may be, honestly, another month or so, in my opinion, before we really see a good impact to this curve. New York right now is really getting hit hard with currently 162,000 cases in New York. So prayers go out to everyone around the world. Personally, for me, I have been in the house for 3 weeks now. I don't know about you guys. Leave a comment down below what you guys have been up to. But I am definitely blessed that I am staying safe in these times, and I hope you guys are as well. But nonetheless, I just wanted to touch on that to give you guys a perspective as to where we currently stand. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like things are going to be slowing down just yet. But right now, I do want to touch on cryptocurrencies, of course, mainly Bitcoin. Bitcoin, of course, kind of is the leader of the pack when it comes to trends. When Bitcoin goes in one direction, everything else is going to follow. So right now, as you guys can see, we are going to be doing a little bit of technical analysis on Bitcoin. I just want to touch on a couple things and give you guys a good perspective as to where we will most likely be going over the next week or so. And keep in mind, a lot of this is my own personal opinion, so leave a comment down below if you have a different viewpoint. If you think we are still super bullish, I would love to hear why and all of that good stuff. So as you guys can tell, I am definitely bearish right now. As you can see with these 2 lovely pink lines, we are currently forming a bearish wedge. This has a 60% chance of dumping to the bottom and a 40% chance of pumping even higher and being even more bullish than this cycle already was. So don't get me wrong, it's definitely possible that we can continue this momentum if we can get another leg up or two, but considering the amount of resistance we have right now on Bitcoin, it's very, very strong, and you have to factor in that, let me go ahead and full screen this, you have to factor in that there is very, very little volume right now, guys. Very, very little volume. To give you some perspective, this was back when we had the major correction on March 12th to even March 14th when we saw a pretty big pump. This over here compares nothing to this. Of course, volume is money flowing in and out of cryptocurrencies on the daily basis that we're looking at right now, and it's seriously not looking good with the volume. Volume is very, very important to give you guys a perspective as to if more money is coming into the space. And right now, money is not coming into cryptocurrencies. We had about $10 billion tacked onto the market cap, onto the total market cap, but nonetheless, it's not enough to really, see us pumping to not $9,000. So right now, yes, we have this heavy resistance at around 75 to 75.50. And right on top of that, as you guys can see right here, this red line, that's the 50-day moving average. This is pretty fascinating, honestly. You can see that Bitcoin has really been suppressed under this 50-day moving average, and it looks like the 50-day moving average is really just pushing this down and down and down. And we will just have to see. Bitcoin needs to break through this 50-day moving average. It needs to break through this very strong level of resistance, and if possible, it would have to get over the 200-day moving average as well. If it can get over the 200-day moving average, I would change my viewpoint completely. I would say, all right, guys, it's definitely possible that we're going to have a pretty good bull run from here, but considering that's pretty much 4 levels of resistance to get through within the next couple of days, within the next week or so, it's very, very probable that that's not going to happen. So again, I don't want to sound too negative, but you just have to be realistic when your money's on the line. And right now, I don't think that this market trend is going to continue without some legs down. Even with the RSI in the 50 range right now, about 48, it's definitely neutral, which isn't the worst thing. That's something, of course, you always want to keep an eye on. But nonetheless, that's where we currently stand. And the last thing I briefly want to touch on with the technical analysis is where we could possibly go if we do break to lower levels. So let's go ahead and start right around here at the bottom and bring this to right here. So as you guys can see, this Fibonacci gives us a good perspective as to the prices we could touch in the future if we do have a downward movement. Right down here, this is touching on the very bottom wick right here from back on March 12th. And that would be a pretty impressive drop, which isn't very likely. That's about 100%, about a 50% drop, not 100% drop, 50% drop. But if we don't get there, our next leg down is looking like it could be around $6,800. So that is the first key level you want to keep an eye on, and the next level of support. So if we can get to $6,800, that is possible if we can retest that and push back upwards, but most likely if we do hit 68, we will most likely go lower. And the personal level I am keeping an eye on to really can start making a position back into the market would be around the $5,200 level, which is right around here. So that's just me personally. You know, everyone has their own taste. Some people think that the low for Bitcoin isn't even in. I'm not that bearish, to be honest with you guys. I think the market is just having a relief rally right now. That's why we're seeing, even with the stock market, things are very volatile. They're all over the place. I just think that this is a relief rally, and all the signs are showing towards that. All the technical analysis points downward, unfortunately. But hey, I could be wrong. We could see some future growth within the next week or two, and I'd be fine with you guys rubbing it in my face. So where do I currently stand with my personal cryptocurrency portfolio? I'm currently about 70 to 80% in USD right now. I have a cash position. I should have made a position back around here. Well, of course, the bottom here would have been perfect, but unfortunately, I was actually on a cruise on March 12th. I actually left for the cruise on March 8th, which is pretty crazy, guys. I'm not even joking. I left for my cruise out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida on March 8th, and I got back on March 15th. In that time period, I did not have phone service. I did not buy the internet package because it was so much money, and I figured it'd be nice to have a little detox for my phone. But of course, that was the 1 week when Bitcoin hit $3,800, and I could have bought back in and made a shit ton of money. But nonetheless, I am very thankful that I took that gut decision and I sold the day prior to this dump happening. So nonetheless, it is what it is. I saved myself a lot of headaches, but I am hoping for around the $5,200 level before I begin to dollar cost average back into the market. So that's just not my take, guys. Let me know down below what you think. Considering retail investors are really not investing right now, people are just hoping that they can really get some food on the table. You have to keep in mind, guys, that the United States has 17 million people filing for unemployment over the past 4 weeks. 17 million freaking people. That is ludicrous, and I guarantee you that number is going to get a lot higher, considering a lot of these states are having issues with their unemployment websites. People can't file for unemployment. It is an absolute mess, and it's just going to get worse. A lot of economists are thinking that we are heading to a Great Depression. I don't want to go that far and scare anyone, but you have to be realistic and understand that if something like that does happen, have a game plan. Understand what you're going to do. Where are you going to allocate your assets? Where are you going to allocate your cash? Whatever it is, and have a game plan to the best of your ability. As always, I hope you guys are staying safe out there, and leave a comment down below so you can enter into the hardware wallet giveaway and hit that freaking subscribe button. I'm so happy that you guys are really starting to enjoy the videos. We've been in a slump for the past year or so, and the channel is really starting to pick up steam, and I am so humbled by you guys. So thank you as always for tuning into the channel, and I will catch you in the next.